First tonight, snow is continuing to pile up in West Michigan. In the Grand Rapids area, we've seen close to a foot of snow and more in other areas. Right now, snow is expected to fall into tomorrow morning, and down by the state line, wind chills could drop near -20 tonight. We're continuing our team coverage tonight. Taylor Morris is following the outages in West Michigan, but we start with meteorologist Blake Harms. Blake, what should we expect tomorrow?
Amanda, well, we are tracking that heavy snow that continues tonight, and you can see the heaviest band that is continuing to very slowly drift off to the north. Now, I overlaid the wind on this because it's pretty interesting to watch. You have southwesterly winds coming in off the lake in Allegan County. If you look off to the north of Muskegon, northwesterly winds. What that tells us is that we're likely going to see some sort of convergence of a heavy band setting up in Ottawa and Kent County over the next few hours. In fact, we're already seeing evidence of that as this band continues to lift northward. Some really heavy snowfall rates for now in places like Hamilton, Hopkins, over toward Wayland, Middleville, and over toward Lake Odessa, Caledonia. You're going to start to see that snow pick up here over the next half hour or so. And if we look over in Ottawa County, this is a good sign that the snow is intensifying. If we loop it over the past hour, you can see those darker shades of blue beginning to fill in. So heavy snow is likely going to continue to develop over Ottawa and Kent counties, especially over the course of the next several hours. Winter storm warning remains in effect until noon on Sunday. It has been extended. Winter weather advisory elsewhere. This is all, of course, due to that lake effect snow. We're expecting 6 to 8 inches, perhaps a few spots with a bit more, especially here centered along the I-96 corridor, depending on where exactly that band sets up. It is cold. Wind chill of -6 in Sturgis, -3 in Kalamazoo. Here's a screenshot of what they could look like tomorrow morning, as chilly as -25 down toward the state line. Plenty more where that came from. A cold 8-day forecast is coming your way in a few minutes. Amanda.
All right, Blake, thank you. Tonight, crews with Consumers Energy are working to turn the lights back on for thousands of people across the state. Right now, the utility says around 30,000 people are still without electricity. But with more snow tonight, Consumers is prepared for more outages. News 8's Taylor Morris has been outside all afternoon. She spoke with Consumers Energy and others tonight. She's live in Grand Rapids with an update.
From Big Rapids all the way down to Kalamazoo and along the lakeshore, thousands of people have been left without power. But Consumers Energy says it shouldn't be too much longer until it's restored.
We're working really hard to get everybody back on by tomorrow at end of day.
According to Consumers Energy, 150,000 Michiganders have been left in the dark since the winter storm began just a little over 24 hours ago. Now only a fraction of that remains.
Now, obviously, everybody's aware of the winter weather that we've had between the wet, heavy snow and high wind gusts that we've had. And now we're starting to see that lake effect snow machine kick in. And we'll have roughly 100 crews work overnight statewide. Those are scattered all out. They all move across the state to the hardest hit regions.
The hardest hit areas being Midland and Saginaw, as well as a handful of counties north along Lake Huron on the east side of the state.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here in West Michigan, people across Kent County enjoyed what really is the first winter storm we've had so far this season.
With all of the fresh snow, Mia's approaching 14 months old and she hasn't sled before, and I actually teach here in the district at the middle school and the high school, and I knew this was a pretty good sledding hill, so we scrambled to find a sled and we got out here and she seems to be enjoying it.
It was hard to find a sled in the stores because they were all sold out.
It's a lot of snow. It's a lot of snow.
In Ada, on the corner of Hillsborough and Murfield, one family took advantage of the heavy snow by making a snowman as tall as the light post on their street.
And I had my eye on that light post, and I said, I gotta build one as tall as that light post. So I was out here last night with the kids, and the snow was good, packing snow, and I said, this is the year. So the kids went to bed, and I spent 3.5 more hours finishing the snowman. I could barely move this morning. His name is the Jolly Giant. Maybe worth mentioning.
Consumers Energy also wants to remind people who are out of power tonight and maybe using a generator, make sure you don't put it in your garage, and also make sure to keep it in a ventilated area. Live in Grand Rapids, Taylor Morris, News 8.
Freezing temperatures causes warming centers across the area to open their doors to those in need of shelter. Anyone who needs to get out of the elements in Kent County should look into Degage Ministries, Matthews House, and Mel Trotter. Mel Trotter's warming center opens next at 7 tomorrow morning. Their overflow warming center is also open and is expected to stay open during this upcoming week's inclement weather. Several centers are also open in Ottawa County. Holland's Gateway Mission has 2 warming centers available. One is a women's and children's center. The other center for men is in downtown Holland. Both are open 8 to 4 p.m., 7 days a week. Leaders of both organizations say they've seen a greater need during these freezing temperatures.
We will also provide them a meal if they need a meal while they're there. We'll be able to take care of them. We'd love to be hospitable to people and love on people, and especially in the time of need when you've got no place to go, we want to be a place where hope can be found.
If somebody needs emergency shelter, they can come in the morning around 8:30 to start getting their bed assignment for the evening. So again, we have our warming center that's open during the day, but then at night, we anticipate between our emergency shelter men, our program guests, and our families that we're going to serve well over 600 individuals tonight in our shelter space.
For a full list of warming centers in West Michigan, you can head to our website, woodtv.com.